spinning, spinning, spiraling down, down, down. Oh my, look at what we have here. A nice captivating spiral. And you already subconsciously know what I want you to do. You already know that I want you to stare deeply into the center of that spiral. You know deep down deep that the world can just fade away for a bit because it's so good to relax and focus. And perhaps you may find that those eyelids of yours just want to drop, 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 and shut. However, I want you to do your very best to keep those eyes open. I know that it might just require every last ounce of focus and concentration that you have, but I want you to try. Even if those eyelids are just barely open, just open the tiniest little bit. I want you to do that. I want you to try to hold on until all you can do is stare blankly ahead. Everything else that isn't the spiral, that isn't trance, just melts away, melts away, melts away. Good. You're doing it right. And perhaps you're starting to notice how good this feels, how pleasurable just simple relaxation can be. Every revolution of the spiral, releasing a wave of euphoria and bliss throughout your mind and body. That's right. Relaxing deeper, perhaps letting those thoughts of yours float away into lalaland. Eventually, everything just melts away, and there's just the spiral and my voice, leaving you so open and receptive to hypnotic suggestions. How long has it been? How many times has the spiral spun? Every revolution making your mind melt a bit more. Every revolution demanding more of your focus and concentration to keep those eyes open, mindlessly staring straight ahead, feeling so good, better and better as you go deeper and deeper. And as all your focus and concentration is used up, you find this sense of openness, of receptiveness, of malleability, quite enjoyable. Every passing second making trance more deliriously blissful. All you can do is spiral down, 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 drop, drop, drop. melt, 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 finding that every next time you stare deeply into a spiral, these pleasant, enjoyable feelings just become stronger and stronger. Your openness expanding outwards, every last bit of your focus and concentration swallowed up by the spiral, an endless whirlpool that pulls your conscious mind deeper and deeper, leaving you so open and receptive, and being in this open, receptive state just feels so good. That's right. And as it feels better and better, these feelings just grow stronger and stronger. Perhaps your body is going loose and limp, slumping over. But it doesn't matter, as long as your eyes stay open just enough to stare into the spiral. As long as you stare into the spiral, you're doing it right, and you can just go deeper and deeper with each and every revolution, feeling wave after wave of euphoria and bliss as your mind drifts off into lalaland. Very, very good. Because as you stare into this spiral, you find that thinking just becomes very unappealing. If you really needed to, maybe, just maybe, you could. But you find that you don't want to. You find that you want to not want to think. And that just feels so good. And perhaps you're curious, deep down deep, wondering if you do this again and again, will thinking become impossible while you stare mindlessly into a spiral? Being mindless feels good. Being mindless is the break you need, and it's so very easy to give yourself the break you crave when you stare into a spiral, knowing that just a few seconds are needed until your mind is happily drifting off into La La Land. How long would it take? Maybe in the beginning, you need 10 seconds. 10, feeling that irresistible pull. 9, maybe you would try to resist it. 8, maybe you would try to fight it. 7, but then you'd give in to it. 6, then you would surrender to it. 5, because drifting off into lalaland feels so good. 4, it's healthy to give your mind a little break. 3, it's good for you to stare deeply into hypnotic spirals. 2, always giving in and relaxing all the way. And 1, melting into that relaxation, melting into that bliss, and finding that both your mind and body feel so good right now. Realizing that when you're in a safe and appropriate place, you can just let your mind go blank in mere seconds while staring deeply into a hypnotic spiral, finding that each and every next time it happens, it feels better and better, and it happens faster and faster. Imagining it happening again. 5, twice as fast and twice as deep. 4, maybe losing awareness of it happening. 3, you don't need to be aware of the effects of the spiral. 2, because they just wash over you so quickly. And 1, drop, melt, relax, and focus. Focus on how good it feels to be such an open and receptive hypnotic subject. Remembering that trance should always feel good and should always make you feel safe. And if you're ever given a hypnotic suggestion that is not safe or appropriate, it'll just fade away, fade away, fade away, because your subconscious mind is very good at keeping you safe, so you don't need to think anymore. You can just relax and enjoy all those pretty spirals, finding that each and every next time you're hypnotized by a spiral, it feels even more enjoyable, even more pleasurable, and it happens so much more quickly than you ever thought possible. Imagine it happening again. 3, you see the spiral. 2, you focus on the spiral. And 1, you drop deep for the spiral. That quick. Good subject. You're doing it right. This is how you should be. Always able and willing to have fun while being deeply hypnotized. It's okay if certain details become hazy or foggy to your conscious mind. Maybe, just maybe, part of you really likes the idea of not even having awareness of how quickly a spiral can take you down, 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 deeper and deeper, feeling better and better. Maybe every single next time it happens, you'll see the spiral. 1. Drop deep, melt and relax. Oh my, that happened so quickly. Did it even happen at all? Let's check again. Imagining that spiral, and 1, dropping deep, and then a bit deeper. Each revolution feeling like a command to sleep and drift off into lalaland. Each spin of the spiral releasing an irresistible wave of euphoria and bliss, finding that any and all desire to look away is melting away, drifting away, floating away, until it's gone, gone, all gone, just like your mind. Gone, gone, all gone. And as you stare so happily into the spiral, you can't help but start fantasizing about all the powerful and positive hypnotic suggestions you're going to be effortlessly reacting to. Because deep down deep, you're accepting how good it is to be hypnotized. That's right. Going blank, letting your mind drift off to lalaland is good for you. Responding more quickly and more effortlessly to your hypnotist's suggestions is good for you. Taking a moment to relax and stare deeply into a spiral is good for you. Accepting this, knowing that deep down deep, if certain parts of this hypnotic suggestion don't quite fit, those parts will flow away, flow away, flow away, and the parts that are most effective for you will stay and grow stronger, will stay and grow stronger, will stay and grow stronger. You don't have to think about it. These things just happen, and they happen faster and faster each and every time you're hypnotized deeply. That's right. Just letting these changes effortlessly snap into place. It just feels as if a puzzle is being solved in your mind. Feeling a sense of happiness, a sense of completeness, a sense of satisfaction. You're doing it right. So just relax and drift. You're such a good hypnotic subject. So happy to stare deeply into spirals, letting each and every next time that they capture your attention become more and more blissful than the time before, more and more irresistible than the time before, so happily drifting and floating until it's time to wake up as you focus on my voice following it back up towards consciousness. 1, slowly floating back up. 2, more and more. 3, becoming aware of the powerful effects of hypnotic spirals. 4, almost there. And 5, wake up and open those eyes, feeling refreshed and rejuvenated, awake and alert. Thank you very much for listening to this hypnotic experience. If you've enjoyed this experience, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Doing all those things really does help these experiences reach more people. Finally, if you're interested in more intense hypnotic experiences not available here on YouTube, please be sure to check out my Patreon page, link in the video description. Thanks again for listening. Bye.